Actually, crystal field theory. This theory explains that the bond between metal and ligand is purely ionic, and it is a particular electrostatic force of attraction and pure ionic bond nature between metal and ligand. And we know that ligand has d orbital, which is degenerate. Degenerate means all the energy of the all 5 d orbitals are even same. So total two types of orbitals are there: dxy, dxz, and dyz. And the lobes are in between axes or two different axes. Suppose this is x and this is y. So the orbital is in between x and y. This is the orbital diagram of dxy. Suppose it is x and this is z, same orbital diagram, and this is z and this is y. This is orbital diagram of dzx. So lobes are in between axes. Lobes are in between axes. Okay. Now dx square minus y square, and another is dz square. Suppose this is x, y axis and this is y axis. So lobes are on the axis. Lobes are on the axis. And for dz square, suppose it is z, it is x, suppose this is y. So lobes are on the z axis. And this is, suppose a ring is there. This is the ring. So this is dz square. Here lobes are on the axis. Lobes are on the axis. And we know that in a particular degenerate, actually they are degenerate. They are degenerate. That means of same energy. They have same energy. The energy of the 5 orbitals are same, and particular this degeneracy is maintained in spherically symmetrical field. It is maintained, it is well maintained in spherically symmetrical field. And if we use some ligands, particular ligands, and either they may be cation, anion, maybe or neutral ligand, the degeneracy becomes destroyed. Now we have to explain in two cases. First one is, this is the crystal field splitting. Crystal field splitting. In octahedral entity. In octahedral entity, crystal field splitting the. Now here in octahedral entity, we know that coordination number is 6. That means there are total 6 ligands, and there is a particular repulsion between incoming ligand electrons and electrons in the d orbitals. Repulsion actually occurs in between metal d with ligands electrons. Ligands electrons and metal d electrons এর মধ্যে একটা repulsion act করে. Okay, and this repulsion actually occurs in dxy, dxz and dyz, as well as dx square minus y square and dz square. And now these orbitals where there is a lobes are on the axis, it feels much more repulsion than in between axis. That means dx square minus y square and dz square, expect more repulsion than other three. Okay.